And here we go into the pistol round. 2 flashes in play for the CTs. They might use those in towards mid. And as Fierce look towards the A-bomb side, there are plenty of CTs here, but Fierce have left the bomb behind, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be any sort of early aggression, at least not towards a site.
Yeah, interesting, you know, they set up all the players over towards A. The one player in B is playing all the way back towards the coffin, so he's unlikely to get the information fast enough to call the rotate and be able to sort of stay alive. So this is all about finding the info when they come into the bomb site and just trying to stay alive inside the ruins, call the rotate in, hope that your teammates get there in time to be able to deal with them. As Fierce, they initially wanted to go towards A, but are actually pulling back off and going through Banana.
Here comes that slow sneak up through Banana. Loads of nades to use. Fierce are going to go for almost a full execute towards B. They've got the 2 smokes ready to be deployed, and ZNX is about to be cut off by this coffin smoke. The smoke a little bit slow, but ZNX just has to give up the bomb site. This is not going to be easy for CEX.
Yeah, that was always going to be the play there for ZNX. He always had to look for the opening. If he didn't find it, immediately fall back and try and stay alive. Alive for enough time for his teammates to come in. And so this is going to be a 5 versus 5 retake. 1 kid alive on Captain Incredible. The kill comes in. Hype able to pick up the frag onto ZNX. Totem falls. LS able to double up. Feebob and Yura left into a 2 versus 4. This is definitely doable for the CTs as they come back into the bomb site. The kill comes in from Murky. Feebob able to find one, but the defuse is coming through, and CEX will win the pistol. Feebob needs to stay alive and gets knifed by Nuke Dog. What a way to start off this map.
Very scrappy at the end there. The Glock, not enough ammo to deal with all those players. And Nuke Dog happy to take that knife. It's going to be many MP9s into the second round. And Fierce going for some investment here. They got that bomb planted, so they kind of can afford to do this. I think some teams would maybe full save just so that they can get a proper full buy into that first gun round. But they elect to go ahead and just buy some pistols, try and see if they can do a little bit of damage into this round. And we're already going to see CEX gain banana control, but the fights in towards apartments not going to work for them. Feebob finds the opening.
Yeah, Feebob picking up that opening kill. Gives Fierce Esports the edge in the second round here, where they essentially should have no chance on paper, but they're making it work. Swaggy could find the follow-up. Try and trade back here as he has the deagle in play. Elsewhere, the frag will come through. Captain Incredible able to pick up a kill on the hype. Feebob will reply with the CZ. 75. It's back into a man advantage for Fierce Esports. They look to try and gather up and congregate towards the B bomb site. And this actually could work out as there's only 1 player sitting here on B, and he's not really in a position where he can gather that much information. So ZNX in a very, very picky spot if he is to get rushed here.
Quite similar to the previous round, the exception being that ZNX is playing up close on this occasion, so he won't be cut off by any smokes. And here we are, ZNX not able to get a kill. That is terrible. CEX lose control of the site, they lose the fight, but Murky gets a kill back. Into a 2-on-3, upgrades his pistol. The D could be useful in this position. The MP9 not great at long range, and as LS rotates over, CEX have got to speed this up.
Here with the MP9 spraying through, able to double up, and the kills just keep running through. Feebob, the last player alive. LS will hit the headshot. It's going to be 2-0 for CEX. Definitely not as clean as they would have liked, but Murky picking up the triple will make up for it as the money will come through on that weapon. Fierce Esports should be pretty happy getting the bomb plant. 3 kills. That will pad out their first buy coming through here in round number 3.
Full AKs, full nades for Fierce, thanks to the previous bomb plants. Over on the CEX side, Murky elects to take an AWP into round number 3. And again, we get right into a swing round. Whoever loses this is going to have questions regarding their economy. Questions as to whether they can buy into the next round. So not exactly a great sign for the loser of this one. And here is that banana control we were talking about. CEX go for that deep smoke and push down to gain early map control.
So Fierce Esports having a bit of control inside the middle. It's a kill coming in from Murky onto Swaggy. Man advantages there for CEX to work with. Murky could find the follow-up as he looks to just shut down Banana on his own. Fierce have two players coming towards him, but Murky looks to just frag. Zop could pick up the kill here as he just keeps aggressing forward in Banana. I just see the trade coming through instantly here from Fierce though. If one of these players falls, the trade has to be there. The bait is actually pulling him away from Totung's angle, and Totung actually might get away with this. But the Murky falls back, should hear the scope here. Totung should be aware. The flashbang comes over the top. Murky is completely blinded by it, and Totung will take the headshot, giving the advantage back in favor of Fierce. Actually, there we go. Hype will find it, and now the B-bomb, the A-bomb's under a lot of pressure. Hype finding frags.
Good luck, LS. Only one kill. Left alone towards that site. Never going to be able to hold that one off. And ZNX was forced to move towards B after the opening kill was lost. As soon as Murky was the man to fall with the AWP, ZNX had to start to move over, so he wasn't able to help with the A stack they had in play. And ZNX not even thinking about this one. A save is on the cards, and a first round win for Fierce seems to be on the cards. And as we were pointing out, if CEX lose this first gun round, their money is going to be very, very questionable. ZNX saves the AWP. That's something. I doubt the rest of the team can buy around that.
Terrorists win.
So Fierce will get their first round on the board. Valiant effort from Murky as well. You know, he picks up that kill, kind of gets a little bit confused inside of Banana. He knows there's one player playing towards the bottom of it, but doesn't know that Totung is actually pressed all the way up. And in fact, he sticks around a little bit too long and actually ends up falling. So CX could have done with Murky, perhaps picking up that opening and then falling back immediately, just keeping that man advantage alive. But Fierce are able to make it work towards A, Hype opening up massively. The default will ensue. Fierce just looking to take the opening kill. Swaggy will connect onto the head of Murky. I said that was going to be a fight that would be interesting. This time Swaggy winning it for Fierce.
Yeah, with the AK against the AWP. Very well done to win that duel. Again, Fierce playing a pretty slow play style, which is understandable against a buy where they're not really sure exactly what CEX have into this round. CEX could have a much stronger buy than this if they had a little bit more money. So that's something that Fierce will be somewhat concerned about. They should eventually figure out it's mainly the SMGs and the pistols into this round. And here we go. Fierce moving in towards B. The nades being used, although no push off the back of it.
45 seconds left. Fierce pulling themselves up to the top of Banana. Two players sitting here for CEX. One of them is Nuke Dog, and he has got himself that UMP inside of the smoke. He should be careful. Yura on the opposite end of this. 30 seconds on the clock. The attack comes in for Fierce. Right into the bomb site they go. Yura opens up. Nuke Dog able to double up with the UMP. It might just be enough, but they've still got a disadvantage. Captain Incredible comes in. The flashbang's good. Hype able to pick it up, and ZNX does his best, but only one will come in from the 5-7. And it's 2-2 as Fierce will double up their round wins and put the score back to even odds.
CEX unsuccessful in that one. And we're not going to see all that much of an investment from them into round number 5. So this should be Fierce's opportunity to gain the lead after falling behind from the pistol round that they lost. B-Bob going to lead the way in towards Banana. The MAC-10 going in first certainly makes sense. You can always run in with the SMG, clear the corners. You've got the running accuracy, and you're also not risking too much. If you lose the MAC-10, it's not that big a deal. I like this idea from CEX, stacking these players in towards mid. This is something you will see from teams sometimes on these full ecos, where they're just hoping to get a kill or two. And again, if CEX could just do some damage in this round, that should be a pretty positive sign for them.
Feebob able to take the kill on the ZNX. It puts it into a 5 versus 4. CeX running back down towards the bottom of middle, trying to get their way into Banana, but the fry comes in from Hype as he's able to find LS. Hype looking to fry, getting his way back, and there we go. Double kill coming in, 2 SPs alive. It's Murky and Captain Incredible trying to make it work. It's just impossible at this point, so Fierce will give themselves the edge. It's 3-2. Definitely shaping up to be that back and forth style of play we were expecting to come through, Alex. And definitely making this a close one already at the beginning of Inferno, which generally delivers on the field of being pretty even.
Yeah, definitely a fairly even map for the most part. Certainly how I'd describe it. Again, I was watching an interview with Steel recently, and he was kind of saying that most maps are fairly balanced, really. He said it didn't really matter what side you start on for most maps. If anything, he said he preferred to start on the T side, because then heading into your CT half, you can kind of choose to make a buy depending on how many rounds you need. So if you had a really bad T side, then you need to take some risks on the CT half, and you can be able to do that. You can play more aggressively. You kind of control where the fights happen. So I kind of understand that. It certainly makes sense to me, starting on that T side, if you look at it that way. Into this round, though, Fierce are going to be moving in towards B. A couple of players up close. ZNX able to get the opening kill. No chance for the trade. Gives away his position, and Captain Incredible will fall alongside his teammate. ZNX is still standing, and Fierce a little bit slow to push.
Yeah, Fierce ready to run into the bomb site. The Molotov used. Covers off the stairs and will actually cause problems for Fierce with their own Molotov, but Yura, he will still take that kill, and they can actually barrel their way on Banana over towards the A site. And them coming in from behind is Nuke Dog, and he is right in behind them all, but the problem is they've gone so fast, Alex, that they have A completely to themselves, and Nuke Dog has to sort of shift his way back without having too much information of where they're playing. He's got to wait on his teammates. Swaggy picking up a kill makes it even more difficult, and Murky and Nuke Dog, even though they don't really have too much and they're going to get a buy into the next one anyway, probably best just saving whatever they have.
Oof. Really nice shot from Murky. Nuke Dog still sitting in apartments. There's no chance for a defuse. He's just hoping for some sort of damage, and that won't come through. Fortunately for Murky, he's only been able to manage to find a Mach 10, which isn't really going to be savable. There's a player pushing his way. He's got his knife out. Easy kill on towards Yura. Upgrade to an AK. And Murky will be really happy with that. He's going to get away with another rifle for the squad. That's a big win for CEX in terms of their buy into the next round. They would have had money anyway, but oh, Murky lands the headshot. I thought I spoke too soon, but no, he still gets to save the AK. And obviously, Fierce have got loads of money, so doing the damage isn't really a big deal, but saving the AK is certainly a nice bonus.
This is where things get really interesting. Both teams having the open play, both teams having the rifles across the board for every one of their players. I haven't really seen the AUG and the SG come into play that much, Alex, and that's something that we've started to get used to. And it's strange, of course, the first best of 3 and even at the start of this one, we have not yet seen the AUG or the SG come into play. Well, maybe on Pith, actually. We've seen it come into play a little bit on him, but overall on both teams, it didn't come through as often as we were used to seeing it recently.
Yeah, it's definitely not taken over entirely, but we're seeing quite a few players start to incorporate these scoped rifles into their game. Swaggy looking for some sort of opening. Doesn't seem like it's going to come through. Again, Fierce continuing to play this slow style. And you can start to see CEX adapt to some extent. They're holding on to a fair few nades. I mean, there is still 55 seconds left, so quite a lot of time left in the round. CEX continue to hold their smokes, and into the late portions of this round, with so many nades left, CEX could do a lot to slow down this push.
Yeah, smoke covers off the CT cross, the utility coming in as well. 35 seconds left on that clock. And currently Fierce have the players posted up inside a Banana, all 5 of them. There's no other way about this. They're going to try and pressure this B bomb site as heavily as possible. They've actually pulled one away from the A bomb site. That is LS, who's already inside of CT, but here comes the attack. Yura takes his teammate. That's a great start for the CT side, but Captain Incredible, LS, they step up for 2. ZNX comes in, and LS will put the final nail in the coffin. And it's 3-4 CEX with a grip B hold.
Yeah, solid work. The smoke was up. CEX able to stop the aggression. And into round 8 we go. And Fierce's strong economy has started to falter a little. After having to reinvest into 2 rounds, their money not looking anywhere near as good as it once was when they had many players around the $10,000 mark and some aggression down mid. LS finds a headshot to open things up. Decides to instantly fade away, having given his team the man advantage.
Yeah, CEX here, Swaggy on the opposite end of the half wall. The C2's going to actually get a little more down here as they're going to post Z and X up on top of the half wall. The idea behind this is just leave him there. He can gather the info, bit of an off angle as well. We'll actually telegraph his position. And he'll have to push in. Swaggy with the instant headshot. That's so quick. And Captain Incredible will actually think about just backing off and trying to hold a more defensive position, hoping the rotate from Murky can be enough. He has the open play here inside of CT. The attack coming in towards A as well. Nuke Dog will deal with that. And suddenly, man advantage there for CEX to work with once again.
The molly will land. Nuke Dog still holding in towards Pit. There's also a man on the site, and they are waiting for the bomb to get into position. It was left behind. Fierce have got a free path towards A long, and oftentimes when CT teams are in this sort of position where they've got 4 players left alive, that's the one spot where they will leave open. They will oftentimes leave a weakness towards A long, and Fierce have kind of realized that. They're trying to take advantage of that fact. They're moving in towards the A bomb site, but LS is here. Oh, he goes down. Opening kill found, and now Nuke Dog needs to step up. Oh, insta headshot completely decimates Yura, and as the bomb is planted, Swaggy's got it all to do.
Yeah, 1 versus 3. Swaggy has to make the big clutch. One inside of the pit, one up towards short. One coming to assist from the short position. So Swaggy, 3 players coming in immediately. Well timed on the retake. Captain Incredible is the man to pick up the kill, and the defuse will be collected from him as well, along with round number 4.
I can barely even see the terrorist's face. I don't know where it went. I guess it just got shot off, obliterated to pieces. And that's what happened for Fierce that round. They kind of just fell apart on that one. Nuke Dog definitely making the difference on that occasion. A 4-4 scoreline, a very back and forth affair at the start of this game. We'll see if Fierce decide to switch up their pace. They've had a very slow T side with their full buys, but look at the damage. Swaggy's down to 12 HP. An awkward flash thrown by Murky, but it seems as though those nades have done enough to deny any early aggression.
Smokers over the top. Towards the archway, flashbang at the ready from LS. That's going to pop up on top. Pulling his way back around the boxes. Murky on the site. LS has to be the man to make the play. They run right in front of his crosshair. The smoke covering off the tees, but Murky collateral kill coming in. That's a triple. Murky shuts them down as they run towards long. Nuke Dog will assist, and Murky is insane. You know, actually, fun fact for you, Alex. When I first started casting, I did a local UK online league called Val Online, and I believe Murky was playing in one of the, you know, amateurish teams at the sort of top end of that, I guess. So it was pretty fun. I've actually started, my casting is growing with this guy, and our casting him here as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Maybe he'll make it to a major one day, and then you can be there with him.
Hopefully.
We need some hope for UK CS. I mean, Smee is trying to give us hope. And oh, there we go, Murky living up to the hype that you were giving him. Gets the opening kill, and that aggressive angle isn't that easy to take. Up close towards apartments there, if you miss the shot, you can be screwed over really easily. Those walls into apartments are easily wallbangable, so a huge risk taken by Murky, but the reward is clear to see. He gets the opening pick for his team, and with the man advantage, CEX elect to stack 3 players towards B.
Smoke coming in towards long. Initial damage done. Euro dropped to 13 HP. This is looking incredibly difficult. The bomb's still not in the hands. Murky picking up another kill, this time on the Swaggy. And Murky really has been the standout player of this game so far. Captain Incredible stepping in with another headshot. Nuke Dog able to pick up one of his own. And Yura is left 1 versus 4. 1 versus 5, in fact. As he's left lurking towards long position. 42 seconds left. He still has the bomb in his control. But the problem is he's only got 13 HP. So winning any duel against multiple players here is virtually impossible. One bullet even hits him, he's gone. Molotov, gone. Even a hit cheese. So This guy is definitely under a lot of pressure here, missing the jiggle peak shots, as it will beat out the rattling of the AK. ZNX backs his way into the sandbags, forces a fight inside of a more advantageous position for himself. And Yura is finished 6-4. CeX starting to pick up a nice bit of momentum here on the CT side, putting Fierce down to yet another weak bye.
Yeah, just at the end there, ZNX does a pretty nice job at just delaying things. There's no need to risk taking that fight, right? Just wait until your teammates get into position. There's only one player left. He's fired off the shots, and you can wait for your teammates to be there to trade in case you do lose the fight. But it doesn't happen anyway. ZNX wins the duel, and here we go. Here's the switch up. Fizz going for a quick push with these pistols up towards A long, and CeX have given up control here. Fizz may have a chance to do something.
Kill comes in from Totung. That will take the head of Captain Incredible. Now the play can actually slow down a little bit. Fierce inside a CT spawn. This definitely is one of the most orthodox of plays. That smoke from Nuke Dog will clear off the long position. Smoke is up towards the apartments. They're just going to try and cover off the vision of the T's so they can get in better positions to deal with a strange attack that could come through from Fierce. The kill comes in from LS, make it 2 as he looks for oh! One tap through the box as well. Swaggy finished. Feebob and Yura left to pull it back. They do so. And the bomb will be collected and thrown onto the A bomb site, trying to punch in the digits. They will be able to plant it. That's confirmed. The Molotov will delay and cover the vision of the library player. Murky just trying to hit a shot, but that Molotov covers off and gives the best opportunity for Fierce, trying to take their 5th on the board.
Ooh, Feebob trying to tap away. Not able to connect. The molly's going to force him to reposition, so they'll know where he is. And Murky trying to wait patiently. A second molly ready to be deployed. Oh man, Feebob is in trouble. And Yura is on just 8 HP. The one shot is found. And CeX secure round number 7. Again, that was a weak buy from Fierce. They only invested half into that round. So the fact they even took that close is a positive. But they really could have done with that round win, because they are starting to fall a little bit behind, especially in terms of the money side of things. CeX have got a fair amount of cash built up, and that's something that's not going to be easy for Fierce to crack.
No, Vaxxed have the double up setup. That's so scary because Murky, yeah, he could be that really dynamic AWPer. I feel like the question is, can Captain Incredible do a sufficient job on the AWP? I feel like most players with an element of skill should be able to play the AWP in the sort of traditional just sit and hold an angle style. I feel like this is a pretty advanced position to be in though. And with Murky falling, this AWP actually has a lot of pressure on it. Misses the easy shot, and in fact it's a 3 versus 5. Fierce Esports taking the 2-man advantage into the beginning of round number 12.
And here's the reaction. Fierce looking in towards A after finding 2 openings. The rotate is starting to come through, and LS is on towards the site itself. Will they clear this corner? LS gets 1 second headshot found. LS stepping up alongside his teammate, and that is the difference maker. Toten G looking to fight back, but he's into a 1v2. He's got to get the bomb, and it's not going to happen. LS steps it up with a quad kill, and CeX keep their win streak going. I think that's their 4th round in a row.
Yeah, it's come close so many times for Fierce Esports, you know, but it's just at the final nail, they cannot get it through, and it's obviously, it's going to be disheartening for Fierce. If they come close every time, they're making it expensive, you know. If CeX are winning 4 in a row and their economy is still looking pretty weak on most players, apart from Murky and ZNX, which are complete exceptions to that rule, as they've got 14,000 and 12,000. But Fierce Esports definitely have been making it close, and coming into this one, they've got a Mac 10 in play on Swaggy, the rest of the team having the AKs. And when you've got one of the better players, Swaggy being on the Mac 10, that's a big problem for them.
Yeah, never wanting weaknesses in your buy, especially when your opponents have got quite a lot of money. Although the money is quite spread out on the CeX side, which is a bit surprising. You've got Captain Incredible with just $850 to his name, and then ZNX sitting here with 14 grand. But with only a few rounds left in the half, the money isn't really all that important. CeX should have enough money for the rest of the half. LS finds the opening kill. Again, this man having incredible impact over towards the A site. Nades coming in towards B. It looks like Fierce have made up their minds, but there's 3 CTs ready and waiting.
Murky collects another kill on the Swag as they begin to run into B. He could find himself a little bit more with Nuke Dog falling. There's more emphasis on the rest of the CTs finding kills. Zed and X will step up to the plate. And Hype and Totong just trying to get back into the bomb site with 30 seconds left. They've got to make a play. The headshot comes in from Hype, making space. Zed and X will fall as well. And suddenly it's on Razu and LS trying to make some space back into this bomb site. LS will pick up the frag. Hype, the last player in the 1 versus 2. Could definitely do this, just needs to find the headshots. As a run towards his position, they line up, but double kill from Hype. There was no need in doing that. They did not hear the bomb being planted. They could have just sat back and waited. They would have had an advantageous position because obviously with the time low, you have to commit to the bomb plant. And it's just so difficult on that B site when you get the bomb down. There's nowhere to fall back to. So I almost feel like CeX threw that one away.
Yeah, I mean, Hype, the Lithuanian man on the server, able to pull it off. Again, they do line up for him there, and the fact that CEX had that B stack ready, they had 3 players ready on the CT side, they should have been winning that round almost every single time. Up in a 4v2 there, they gave away some 1v1 fights. That allowed Fierce into the round, and Murky gets the opening pick in towards mid. Again, CEX oftentimes able to get that man advantage for free. That's been a big reason as to why they've been able to gain this lead on their CT side. And Toten tries to find a way into the round, and there it is, insta headshot found, and we're into a even numbers position.
Fierce coming back towards the A site. There's 2 players sitting here, one off towards long, one inside of the pit. The pit position is so hard to deal with that they need to find the headshots. It's Nukedog lining up 2. Zed and X will come in and sweep them up. It's only 1 player alive, it's Yura, and he is dropped as well. Nukedog will get himself the triple. Vex definitely looking like the more solid team. CeX definitely looking like the more solid team on this map so far. And you know, Fierce can still make this very competitive if they can win this last one. And pistols in, definitely possible, but highly unlikely.
As for CEX, they have decided to go for 2 AWPs. Knowing you're against what is likely to be a weaker buy, I don't really think you need the 2 snipers into this round. We can see Murky again, hungry for blood, peeks in towards second mid, and he is going to shed some blood, but it's not enough for a kill. Yura survives on 27 HP. And Fierce are slowed down after spotting some early CT aggression.
Molotow's being deployed up towards the top of the apartments. Kill coming in as Feeball will find LS. So the pistol's definitely doing some substantial damage towards the beginning of this. Razu looks to walk around the corner. Totong capitalize with a CZ. Murky able to pull it back again, but Nukedog is there once more. It's a 3 versus 3, just over a minute left to play with on the clock. And Fierce Esports, they look to poise over towards B, but look where the bomb is, Alex. It's over towards the A site. They have to run all the way back and get that. And the only player in a really sort of position that could actually go back and get that is Hype. And he is actually committed in towards B as well. They've just got to play for elimination, but Zed and X picking up a double kill, looking for the triple. He'll get it, and it's 10-5 as the half ends in favor of CeX by 5.
Well, I guess at least leaving the bomb behind wasn't the reason they lost the round, but that's just because they ended up getting wrecked by the 1 man on the B site. Not what they were looking for at the end there. Fierce Esports struggling on that T half of Inferno, and they are going to have to show dramatic signs of improvements into the second half. 5 rounds is somewhat doable. They're still in the game, but they've got to make sure that they don't fall behind early in this second half, because CEX are not too far away from victory.
So CEX definitely looking like the more solid team out of the gate. Fierce playing with a stand-in. Definitely can be a bit of a weakness moving into this. And so CEX definitely capitalizing off the back of that, and I think a big part of that has been Murky. You know, he's playing very dynamically. It's kind of unpredictable to predict where he's playing from, and so he's always somewhere different, either on A finding kills towards short or long, and then suddenly he's on B fighting, and it's so hard to really deal with an AWPer like that who consistently hits the easy shots and the difficult ones. And they did have that, they tried to pull it the double up setup, didn't really work out, but definitely still within the chance for that double up setup to prove a little bit potent, but now that on the T side, unlikely we'll see it come through. And like I said, before this game even started, Alex, I said it was more of an even map, and it's proven to be so still. Like, this is on the more one-sided end of things, having a 10-5 half. So with a pistol and a few pickup runs after that, Fierce could still be in this game. So it's not yet done.
And speaking about that CEX side quickly, obviously Murky on that AWP has definitely been one of the big factors for them, but it's also worth mentioning LS, who has had a couple of hugely impactful rounds. In particular, that one round on the A-hold where he found the quad kill was definitely an important one. And just overall for this team, he's got the best clutch stats on the CEX side. He's got the most clutches won in their ESEA season, so that's clearly an important stat to have, being able to step up when it matters the most. And it also kind of shows that LS oftentimes is one of the players that is likely to be towards the back of the pack on this T side. He'll probably be the follow-up player, looking to help his teammates that are going in first. Also expecting to see Nuke Dog towards the front of the team quite often. He seems to be willing to take that aggressive role, which makes it difficult to get the frags sometimes when you are having to run in first. Nuke Dog seems to be quite capable of pulling that off. Again, just a bit of a break here in halftime. This gives Fierce the opportunity to make sure they've got everything well drilled. They need to be a well-oiled machine in this second half.
Definitely taking their time to start the second half. This kind of allows Fierce to sort of mentally reset from that first half. You know, they haven't really found a way to get into it consistently. The runs that they've won have kind of just fizzled out and not really had too much impact in the follow-ups. And I really feel like CEX are in a nice position to, if they win the pistol, just to try and edge this as close to that victory scoreline as possible. I don't see this one ending very convincingly. I think Fierce will be able to step up on that CT side. I think that's where individuals can start to perform a little bit better. So hopefully we get to see that come through as we move into the second half. The CT side generally does open up those a little bit more space for the individuals to work. I think Swaggy getting shut down a lot of the time as well. They didn't really have too much money, so we couldn't get onto the weapons he wanted. And we've seen him a lot on the Mac 10s, the weaker pistols, and so it'd be nice to see him on the AWP.
So you got faith in CEX to get this victory royale, Dinka?
No, I think they will win it, but I feel like Fierce definitely will not make it easy in the second half. I think it'll be much more of a challenge than we've seen in the first.
All right, fair enough. I kind of want to see Twitch chat's reaction to me mentioning Fortnite, the whole victory royale thing there.
I don't know, Alex.
I don't think they'll like that.
I've never played that game, actually.
I played it a little bit. I kind of got hooked into it because my friends told me to play. And I realized I just don't like the building. Just not fun. I'm just shooting at a guy and he's just like, I'll just build another wall. Build another wall, why not?
I never really fell for the trap. I never played it. And because Counter-Strike is the best game, Alex, and we're about to get live into the second half. It's 10-5, CEX leading by 5 rounds here. Fierce Esports on the back foot, but they need to get this done. The utility coming in across the board. It's 2 flashes on Totung. A defuse kit there over on CEX. Rezu, also known as Captain Incredible, will be picking himself up the smoke and the smoke. The smoke and the flash. And it'll be Kevlar for the rest of the players. And straight away, looking to take a little bit of apps control in second mid on CEX.
I mean, Dinko, you say that CSGO is the best game, but CSGO doesn't have Fortnite dances.
Imagine.
Oh god, that would be awful. I don't even want to think about that. I think we should just focus on what's actually in CSGO.
Yeah. That is definitely the utility on Resu that is still yet to be used, so suggests to me they will just try and test the waters elsewhere, try and get an informed decision of where they want to go, and then actually use it up. You know, over towards B is generally where you want to go if you've got one smoke alive, because the smoke goes over towards CT and the flashbang of the top T impact onto the B bomb site. So let's see if that is the case. Actually rotating a player off and playing in a more passive angle, but Hype's going to find the initial fight, picking up a double kill. Murky will be the trade factor for CEX as they try to run into B.
Toten G has got a counter flash at the ready. As soon as he hears the smoke, he decides to deploy that one. The rotate coming over, the push coming in, and Toten G is dealt with. Still a second man on the site. It's Feebob here, up close and personal. He decides to reposition. With 30 seconds left, CEX trying to get this bomb planted. Murky gonna get the first frag, a second man at CT, and there it is. Yura steps up for Fierce, and they win that all-important pistol round. That gives them a good chance to try and make this game a little more competitive.
If we look over on CeX, you really see the full extent to what Murky is doing in LS as well. You know, 20 and 8 on him, on Murky, 17 and 10 on LS. Big performances coming through. Immediately into the second half, we've got a technical pause coming through, so that will sort of disrupt the momentum that Fierce have built up, getting into the positive mindset. CeX can definitely start to construct a plan for the next couple of rounds here on this T side. I feel like developing a fleshed out plan for coming into the start of a T side is really important. Because you've got to really think about the buys here.
Well, it looks as though it's a short-lived technical timeout on this occasion. CeX won't be putting too much thought into this round. I assume the strategy will be Murky, try and get a headshot. The rest of the team hold with the Glocks. Maybe hope that Fierce makes some mistakes, which doesn't seem all that likely. Although Swaggy's peek down mid maybe is a bit of a mistake there. If the deep was on the other side, could have easily been a headshot to go against him. Doesn't come through on this occasion. And Fierce trying to move on towards the B site. CeX have been able to sneak forwards. If they could get a kill or two, a bomb plant would be a really nice round win for CeX. Even though they wouldn't get the actual round win, all they would need is the money to really get them a bonus.
Yeah, Totung here looking to try and take the kills. Feebob and Totung, they'll line up for 4. Feebob will actually get himself a quad kill playing from the boost position. And that was a nice setup coming in from Fierce. Easily dispensing with the attack of CeX. And now comes the buy. CeX going with a full AK setup immediately. We've seen Murky on the AWP, but he's definitely a proficient AK player as well, which is sometimes what a lot of operas actually lack. And so it's always good to be able to be a hybrid, because that's what a lot of star players need.
Here we go. Swaggy starting to push forwards. Oh, the UMP struggling, and the AK is going to deal with him. That's the risk of pushing with the SMG. You can give away the opening pick, and it makes it much more difficult for the rifle players in the back lines to really do too much. With a man disadvantage, Fierce continue with some aggression. Hype is very alone towards A. He's going to want some help. It seems as though he's finally getting some assistance. The one positive is that Hype has got some utility, so he can try and slow down the push, but he's not doing a good enough job at slowing the push. It's coming in towards A long, and Feebob not going to be able to do anything about this one. The smoke has completely cut him off. Hype has got to be in trouble. Here we are then. The FAMAS trying to find the hole. They're pushing towards him, and Hype managing to avoid things, but the trade is found, and the CT is going to struggle to retake.
Yeah, Hype will find one LS, able to pick up a headshot, but it's into a man advantage for CeX as they try and hold stead, but the Molotov goes towards the back of the pit. That's going to force a player away. LS doubling up again. Totung into the 1 versus 4. He will be finished by Murky. And what a convincing round from CeX. As soon as the weapons are pulled through, we see an easy pickup for CeX.
First gun round goes their way. Will the second follow? We're about to find out, because it is still a buy for Fierce. Swaggy even able to get the AWP. Very, very poor buy in terms of utility. And on Inferno especially, that can be crucial. You're not really going to be able to fight for Banana with this little nades, and you can see Fierce are aware of that. They're going to hold back on the bomb site itself, and that poses some problems in and of itself. I guess at least Feebob has the 1 smoke, so that's something they have to work with over towards B. And Toten G has a smoke of his own, so that could help delay things. But it's still not exactly great for Fierce to be playing all the way back from the B side of things. Here we are. Yura tries to force a fight. It doesn't go his way. Hype going to follow up with another peek here. A bit of a risky one. As Fierce try and find anything into this round, and it's not looking good for them. CeX with the man lead.
As soon as CeX get the weapons in play, it just seems as though they have that extra edge, Alex. It seems to be they're a little bit more in tune with their aim. Everybody's hitting their shots, and that's very scary for Fierce moving forward. 50 seconds left on this clock, and still man deficit. Not much utility left, so this forces a play into the apartments. LS does not win the fight. but does not concede the control of the apartments. And in fact, this could actually go either way. Hype needs to be careful, but the attack is actually coming in towards the B bomb site. Rezu's done enough to try and fake this rotation out. And look at this, one player left on A. It works perfectly. CeX have the A bomb site.
Oh, the rotation a little preemptive. And unfortunately for Fierce, they're going to have to call this one off. I don't see a world in which they win this round. And I don't think they will either. CeX about to take quite a comfortable lead at this point of the game. Not only is it a 5-round lead, but they're getting quite close to the position where they could easily take this one over the line with a few more round wins. Fierce moving as far away as possible. They are looking to save what they can. Bob and Swaggy both on the B bomb site. Doesn't look like CeX are too interested in this one. It is going to be the save on both sides. I assume that Captain Incredible, Rezu, is going to be fine. Yes, he's got away from the bomb. So we're not going to see any deaths at the end here. Everyone survives to live another day.
4 away from CeX, taking map number 1 of this best of 3. Fierce Esports definitely looking like the lesser team here. And CeX, it hasn't been just because they look a lot more comfortable on Inferno. I think it's just literally because they're feeling a little bit more comfortable overall. They're just finding the kills and they're finding the shots and everything is working well as a team. They've got the star players in play, both of them Froggy, Murky and LS. The rest of them doing their job to a good performance. Nuke Dog, you know, you highlighted him before the game, obviously having some impactful plays in this game so far. It's looking very scary for Fierce Esports. Swaggy has still got the AWP in play, along with Feebob's AK, but with only USPs around it, no utility to really set them up, how much impact can they really have?
Swaggy and Feebob all rotating off the B bomb site. Is this the right read? We're about to find out. The bomb not committed to either side of the map. In fact, it looks more likely the bomb's going to start to move over towards B. And if that is to come through, I think Fierce probably going to have to save what they can.
So, it's not really the worst outcome if they can save, though. You know, if they keep the AWP and the AK in play, that will give them a little extra money to sort of have, I guess. They can drop over weapons, they can get a bit more utility through. So, this isn't actually too bad. I mean, they can lose the pistols here. The USPs can go for a Hail Mary, but definitely try and save the AWP and the AK again, because there's just no way you win this anyway. Running right into B, CeX will see it's free, and Totem G trying to spam through with a USP.
Yeah, it doesn't really connect to anything. 0 damage done on the cross. I'm kind of surprised that Fierce are going anywhere near this one. I mean, Swaggy's got an okay angle with the AWP. It's not going to be able to be utilized as a second smoke is deployed. The last piece of utility in this round for CeX. And Fierce will start to realize there's almost nothing to be gained here. Nuke Dog doesn't lose out. It's Rezu who steals the kill away, but it is going to be the kill for CeX nonetheless. And it's all about saving the guns at this point. Euro trying to stop them. Won't be able to. CeX getting closer to victory.
Oh, that was close. Murky will fall. That's another AK. And they get 2 AKs and an AWP into play. That's actually not too bad from Fierce. So, look how much money they have left over to try and buy extra utility. They can drop a couple of things. I'm assuming this will be a technical pause coming in from Fierce Esports just to talk about what they want to do here. Obviously, we're waiting confirmation to see if that is true, but currently, CeX, they have got the AKs in play. Everything's looking good. Murky has enough to pick up the AWP. Him dying there kind of gives them a bit of an advantage, actually, because he probably would have felt more inclined to save the AK, play the AK if he had saved it. But he can actually just go and pick up the AWP instead. Looks like we have 2 Z and X's in play. I'm actually looking forward to see if Murky can actually frag here on the T side with that AWP. He's obviously a very impactful player on the CT side, mostly because he can play very dynamic. But they can use him as sort of a battering ram in this one, where he can try and just batter things down. But seems to be that he is actually going for the AK in this one.
Ooh, okay, so Fierce getting the secondary AWP out. Swaggy deciding to take one of those, and he's been a bit lackluster on the frag, so that's something that we have to watch for. Again, over on the Fierce side, starting to become a position where it is now or never for the CT team. They're going to have to start to play aggressive.
It was actually just a HUD glitch that we didn't see. Murky had got the AK, duplicated 2 players, so we actually have the open play on Murky, so the point still stands. Are we going to see him as the battering ram, that key to open up bomb sites for this team? I feel like it would be a very impactful thing to have in your locker if you can send Murky off towards top mid, just have him frag or fight towards Banana, really challenge that area, open up B. There's so many options you can really deploy a player like Murky in, so this is exciting for CEX moving into the T side. Here go Fierce Esports, though. They've got the open play on Swag. It's a buy run for both teams. This should mean competitive Counter-Strike, Alex. Well, we never know. Sometimes these types of runs are the most convincing.
Well, let's see. 2 mollies deployed in almost the same position. One from the CT team, one from the T team over towards Banana. Both of them not really able to move forwards because of that. Smoke deployed to make things even more difficult. And again, Fierce have been so willing to give up Banana control. Feels like they may need to fight for that a little bit harder because it's giving CEX a lot of options. It's meaning that Fierce don't have anywhere near as much information. Right at the start of the round, CEX have been able to gain control of Banana without really expending too much.
Yeah, CEX going for the very standard play where they just take some, put out of control, they filter the way back through the apartments and try and test the waters towards there. But currently, you know, Fierce have got those 3 players sitting back over towards the A site, 2 deployed inside of B. Very standard setup from both sides. This time CEX look to make their preference towards the A site as they've left 1 player up towards the B area, Banana. So we can just control that, gather the info, cut off rotations, and even he's decided to back off. So looks as though CEX want to bombard the A bomb site, but the first kill comes in from Emin, opening up onto Razun. So the attack has been somewhat halted, and with 30 seconds left, they have to make a decision. They have to make a play.
Oh, this looks indecisive from CEX. The rotators started to come through, and they are going to be running into a stack. This is not going to work that well for them. They're going to need some incredible kills. Murky finds 1 entry, but it's not going to lead to anything. Fierce Esports finally shut down CEX in one of these rounds. There's still going to be money over on the T side, but it's nice for them to get a round win. They'll try and build off the back of that one. CEX again going to buy. Murky once more buying that AWP. He was able to get a kill, but his teammates just died too quickly around him.
Yeah, it was a weird run from the CEX, really indecisive like he said. You know, there was really no solid call towards where they wanted to go. The initial default was there, but after that it just looked a little bit indecisive, you know, not really with an end game plan. And so they just get picked apart by Fierce to capitalize off of that. And so this time looking like there is a chance here for Fierce Esports. You know, if they pick up 2 more here, Alex, when you get to those double figures, there's always a mental switch in your head that just kind of tells you can come back from this.
And CEX's money is a little bit borderline at this point. If they were to lose with a bomb plant, I assume they would have money, but just a straight up round loss would make things maybe slightly awkward. So we'll see. We'll see if Fierce could maybe get that double digits if they win this round. Again, Banana control being given up. I don't know if Fierce can continue to play like this, but clearly this is how they've practiced. They're willing to try and hold from the site itself.
I'd almost like to see Murky being put in this position towards Banana since they know it's generally free. And so just try and push him up as close as possible, have rifle support there, look for that opening kill. And if when you get that, you can initially just fall back. There's so many options that you can play with here with CEX, and in fact, they're just going to take the free control. Here goes Bebop trying to walk through the smoke, walks right into the waiting arms of Nuke Dog. He looks for the follow-up, just not quick enough on the trigger. Toten G is able to pick up 2 kills. Murky will trade back through the coffins, and it's into a 3 versus 3. Bomb is getting planted by Murky. That's planted for Banana, but there's so many positions you can play just with that bomb plant. Razu connecting with the AWP. Swaggy forcing his way back in, trying to find a kill. They open up the bomb site again, but Razu continuing the fight with the AWP. We've seen him in the CT side picking up the AWP. Wasn't really able to get too much done there on it, but this time definitely fragging. Those 2 kills pretty much send Emin away to save.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with this round. And what does this mean for Fierce's money? That's something we didn't really discuss, because if they lose this round, which has just happened, then things could get quite dicey for them. Emin saving the AK will make a fairly big difference, and he will be safe. There's no one anywhere near him from the T side, so that is one further drop that can be found, and I think that will allow Force to have a surprisingly good buy. You can already see the 4 rifles being picked up into this one, and yeah, this is going to be a much better buy for Fierce than you might have expected. So they're still in with a shot here, however it's a long way back for them.
Well, Murky looking for the initial peak. No one is going to be middle, so that's not really a big problem for Fierce at this point. So CeX continuing the slow play where they just try and take what they can. Banana again, somewhat left uncontested. They have that player up towards the sandbags. The opening fight does come in towards the apartments, and LS actually looking for a second kill. Will connect on to Swaggy and just continues to fight. Hype inside of the apartments gives away his position, but able to pick up a kill along with Toten G, and Hype will follow his way into the A bomb site and actually pick up a kill into LS. It's on to Murky and Resu to make this work for CEX with a man deficit.
They could still take some one-on-one fights. Hype is currently alone towards A. That might not be the case for much longer though, as the rotate starts to come in. Hype still low on health. Interestingly, CEX not necessarily pushing in, as Murky sneaking into the back lines. This is not often happening with the AWP, but it's going to work out for him. There is the kill he was looking for, and now they're going to push in towards the A-bomb site. Hype is still in towards pit. They need to deal with that position. Murky using a flash there, a molly to follow. Hype could be in trouble right now. He is going to get the first, and the trade not found. Murky looking to see what he can do. Oh, gets the headshot. 27 seconds left, but there's a player on short. Feebold can spot the cross to the site, and in comes the headshot to give Fierce the all-important round win.
Almost felt there was a chance there for Murky. Still on 25 kills, just below him. LS on 24-14. These two players really carrying all of the way to CEX currently. No one else really fragging that much. Dog is third in place there with 14 kills, but that is a really solid win for Fierce. They needed to win that clutch. They are able to do it. And so, in with a fighting chance here on map number 1, but CEX definitely looking like the stronger of the two teams, even not.
Yeah, Fierce are just kind of holding on. They're having to react to the fact that CEX are in the lead. Still a 5-round differential between these two teams. Again, CEX taking these rounds close even when it looks like it's going to go against them, even when they go down to a 2-on-3. So that just goes to show the talent this roster has, and like you were saying, 1 or 2 players really stepping up for this side. Mainly Murky and LS seem to be the difference makers, but the rest of the team are also contributing for the most part. Again, we've had quite a few technical problems, so hopefully that's going to be all sorted shortly. Once we get down to crunch time here, you want to make sure that both teams have got everything sort of the way they want it. You want to make sure the conditions are just right for them.
Just a reminder, one of these two teams will be fighting for a spot at the finals in January of the ESL UK Premiership. So we've already seen Orgless in the first best of 3 be able to take that one up against Vexed, somewhat of an upset. We predicted Vexed to win that. Not the case in the end. So coming into this, CEX, they are definitely looking much more solid overall than Fierce here at Inferno. I said it a couple of rounds previous that I felt it wasn't just because it was on Inferno. I feel like they're just looking like a solid team overall, and Fierce definitely have weaknesses across the board.
In the regular season, Fizz were the team that finished with more wins. 5 wins, 3 losses for Fierce in their group, whereas CEX only had 3 wins and 5 losses, so the flipped scorelines, I guess you could say. But CEX, I would argue, had maybe a bit of a tougher group, having both Endpoint and Vexed in there, which may have contributed to that. And you can see here that Fierce are currently behind. Pistols in play for them in this round.
Across the board for CEX, it's just the pistols. A little bit of utility aim, in fact, so definitely have some threat with them, some bite. But it's more the more impactful thing you have to look at here is how much money CeX still have left in the bank, even after buying pistols and utility. It's going to be a really strong buy into the next, so a half buy here is just to give them as much of a chance moving forward, while always keeping enough in the bank to come in for a solo buy into the next round. So here comes the play. Going to be a straight B rush, and all this utility will be designed just to create confusion and chaos where the pistols really thrive. So here comes the attack, the Deagles. The kill comes in from Nuke Dog. It's a good firebomb strategy. Feebob, he's worked for the boost so many times, but under pressure. This time the pistol's running in. Rezu finds the kill onto him. That's the trade, and it's back into a 4 versus 3.
Loads of nades for Swaggy on the retake. Using the AWP right now. The molly is out. Hut gets a kill. They're going to push him. Swaggy gets the shot. The trade is found. It's into a 2v2, and it's all up to ZNX. 21 HP. He's out in the open, and he's not going to get it done. It's Fierce who find the retake. And CeX had a nice idea there with the Molotovs, but without any further nades, Fierce were always going to be lined up for a successful retake.
Yeah, that angle is just always so difficult to play with, especially since you're such low HP, and both players coming in from that position. Didn't really see a way ZNX could have won that. You know, he didn't have the info if there's one CT, so couldn't really make the risk to go for a banana player. Barbecue couldn't actually get out of the angle to cross to the back of the site because he would have been spotted, so really left with no other option but to fight. And so difficult in that position. So 14 to 10, CeX definitely losing somewhat of the dominance that they had, but still in control. And this is the round to really tell if they are, because the open play on Murky, the rifles across the board for every other player. Over on Fierce, it's the op on Swanky, the rifles in play on the rest of them. And this CT side has opened up a little bit more here for Fierce, but still not enough done just yet. They need to win this.
Again, Swaggy has been fairly quiet with this AWP. Smoke denies him any sort of early angle. Murphy's definitely been the better of the two AWPers in this game. He's had a lot more impact. So Murky will be looking for an opening fight against anyone, even if it's against the opposing AWPer. As long as he gets flashed in, as long as he takes a fairly even fight, then he will be pretty confident in his chances. Rezu going to move in towards Banana. Totem G is here alone. This is a bit of a risk here. He could easily be taken out. Feebob has got the flash to back him up. But at the same time, this needs to be timed very well.
Oh, Totem G is going to get peeked on. Nuke Dog able to find that. There's not really a bit to pull his attention off it. And Feebob is able to get the trade, so still a chance alive here. There needs to be a smoke cross here. Swaggy with the AWP could be lethal as he drops Murky. The plan there was Murky to take the fight, but did not expect the op to be so close. And Swaggy wins the op battle, giving the advantage over to Fierce. There was still a smoke alive on LS, but he's coming in from behind. Swaggy will 180 and find him. Rezu and ZNX having to win the 2 versus 3. How does he win that? How does ZNX win that duel? That's a big headshot. Swaggy denying access to the bomb site, and there's just not enough time to get this done. Swaggy looking to deny the bomb through the coffins, but not able to do so. Will actually just pick up the kill a little later on, but the defuse comes through, and Fierce will get 11. Swaggy with the massive B-hole, the quad kill coming in.
Again, CES looked a little disjointed right at the end of the round there. With about 16 seconds left, the bombs started moving over towards Banana, where they'd just come from, and then they realized they haven't got time to move over towards A. They just have to go towards B, even without a CT smoke being available. ZNX did get that crazy shot to give them a chance. Not to be in this occasion. CEX decide to go for 5 grenades alongside these pistols. You can see a little bit of a nade stack, maybe in towards the apartments. There we go. No nades being used yet. They don't break the window. Good thing they didn't, because there was no one there for Fierce. We'll see what CEX have in mind for all this utility.
And we'll throw the grenade on over the top. That's a big kill coming through. Works in tandem with the opening that was found by Hype. So Fierce look to take 12, make this very close indeed. CEX trailing in terms of momentum currently. The Tech 9 kill will come through. M4A4 picked up. But a 1 versus 4 with 20 HP. Yes, he's been playing insanely, but this might just be a little too far Toten G will confirm, giving 12 to Fierce Esports. Definitely looking back into this game, Alex, which makes for an exciting game. And Emin really stepped up in that last one, and he's sitting on 5 kills in this entire game. So definitely not a big performance coming in by any means from him, but finding the kills when it matters, that's what matters.
On this CT side, Emin's looked pretty damn good. Flash going over towards Banana. Nuke Dog, the man here, trying to hold this one off, takes the fight. The nade also goes in, and yet Nuke Dog deciding to get a little bit aggressive. Again, he's alone there, so he's really selling the presence towards B, while the rest of the team look in towards the A side of the map. And I wonder if Nuke Dog has done enough to keep these 3 players towards the B bomb site. They're sticking with a 3-man B stack, and that could be the difference maker here, as CeX are still looking in towards A.
Yeah, they got to pull themselves away. That's a big kill from Swaggy onto Nuke Dog. Man advantage there for the CT side. Rotating players away from the B side. The Molotov goes in towards the pit. Hype is nowhere near that, so the Tixon will not give away his position. In fact, he's just down below Rezu. Will check the corner. Headshot comes in immediately. He looks for the follow-up. The pit position so strong, and Rezu opens up the site for CEX. They run on in, and it's on to Swaggy. Somewhat of a star here on the CT side, but this might just be a little too far, even for the likes of him.
Just a flurry of frags for CEX towards the site itself. And that is enough to get them 15 on the board. A little bit close for CEX towards the end here. However, they've got overtime guaranteed. Swaggy looking to save that AWP. Will be fairly important that he's able to carry that over into the upcoming round. Considering the money on his teammates, he would like to be able to drop one of them, and will be fine to do so. CEX also have to look at their own money, so they don't want to lose too many players here. They decide to just hold on to their guns, and we'll see what the buy looks like for Fierce. It should be a fairly good buy, maybe with a couple of weaknesses.
So, do or die time for Fierce coming into the possible last round of Hero of Inferno, map number 1 of this best of 3. CEX, they have got the open player Murky, the 4 AKs across the board. Fierce, the open hands of Swaggy, saved over from the last round. And what a disappointing way this would be to lose out of your Fierce, because the comeback was real. They were here in the fast play in towards B, needs to come in to fill Molotov. Feebomb steps up, Toten G finds 1. It's a shutdown, but LS will find 2 back, but that is not enough. The bomb has to come in. He'll plant for the coffins. He has time to get to a post-plant position, but with 8 HP, it's just a dream at this point. It would be an absolute miracle if he was able to win this, and I just don't see a way it happens.
Oh, what?
No way that happens. That is depressing. That is quite possibly the most embarrassing way you could have lost that. He throws his Molotov, he tries to make the play towards Banana, but walks right into it. That's easy retake for Fierce, I guess.
Okay, that happened.
It's like a 1G.
Did LS just lose his 30 bomb because he killed himself?
That's actually, I think he did, yeah. We just see the replay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's actually the one time a 1G is actually warranted, because that was the actual scenario it happened in.
I guess LS is going to look to make up for it in this round. He's got an AK into this one, the only player on the team with a rifle. The CEX will mainly be saving for round number 30. We could very well be going the distance in this one. Nuke Dog, the first man to fall over towards the bottom of Banana. So ZNX has been able to find some sort of chance for his team. Getting the opening kill of the round for the T side, and an AK into his hands for his troubles. So there we go, 2 rifles to work with for CEX. But as they move in towards the A bomb site, they've got 3 CTs to deal with, thanks to Toten G's rotate over from B.
Oh, what a shot from Murky, opening up A completely. He's in behind and now has an AWP. This is the weapon he loves most. ZNX finding the kill. Murky, he doesn't even need to do anything as ZNX is able to pick up the triple kill. It's all on the Feebob to save his team, and CEX with the weak weaponry make the A bomb site crumble. And the score might just rumble as CEX will get 16. Unless Feebob can pull off one of the most heroic 1 versus 3s I think I've ever seen.
He's just got so many angles to clear. It's not going to happen. Murky wins the map for CEX. Took them a while to take this one over the line, but they get it done eventually. And with some of those individual performances, it seemed like they were going to win that one earlier, to be honest with you. They were really looking on point. A couple of their players in particular stepping up there. And overall, CEX just had a bit too much firepower to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, we had that good start from CeX. They looked dominant, picking up the first half 10-5. You know, the 5 rounds we talked about that Fierce were able to win, it weren't exactly very convincing. So at the whole time, we were expecting CeX to walk away with that. It comes into the second half. That's when the individuals start stepping up for Fierce. We see Swaggy come in with some big plays. And so things started to go wrong for CeX. And it was a little bit prolonged, but they would have loved to have ended it quicker. But ultimately, it makes for an interesting game of Counter-Strike. And that guy on your screen right now, Murky, was one of the best players on this map. It's just incredible.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd also like to give some props to LS for having quite a few impact rounds. But yeah, Murky leading the way for CEX. And the rest of the team also did their job. It's not like it was just those 2 players stepping up. It was mainly just because those players really stood out in terms of frags. But everyone was doing their bit. And this hold from LS in particular was really nicely done.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to get the rest of this best of 3 underway. We're going to throw it to a break and see you guys in just a moment.